Good afternoon, dear students. Welcome to subject called Teaching and Learning Resources 1. My name is Lucas Kahare, and I'm the tutor for this subject. So today we are going to discuss about August examination. So this is just a contact class based on August examination, just to highlight and tell you about what is the main important and how we should focus. So let me begin by welcoming you, and I think that you will enjoy this tutorial, and later on, if you want to ask questions, please, you know already my contacts. I mean my email at the end of the presentation. There will be my email, so you can email me to that, and I'm able to answer you. And also, some of the notes are being posted on the student portal, so you can be able to download and see what is there. So let me start by just explaining what is needed from this course. So I know that you have already the continuous assessment, which means the CA, and what is left from you now is just write examination. So in this subject, the examination will have 100 marks. You make sure that the examination will consist of 100 marks. And the duration of examination is 2 hours. So now let us just explain the assessment procedures for this subject, which means this subject consists of continuous assessment, which is 40%, and examination 60%. So which means the continuous assessment plus the examination will give you 100%. So I'm sure that the continuous assessment is what we call the assignment that you wrote. And I know that you know your marks for now. So if you didn't get your result for the assignment, hope that you will receive your assignment mark very soon for you to know what you stand for before you enter the examination. So it means that the minimum pass mark for this subject is 50%. That is the minimum pass mark. So you make sure that at the end, when we will add your CA and the examination, it must be at least 50%. If less than that, then you have to repeat this subject. Okay, so let me just simply explain how, let's say in the CA, so in your assignment, let's say just assignment. So let's say the assignment you got maybe 60%, okay, for you to and then that is 6% out of 100. You know that you wrote the assignment out of 100, and then in the exam. So in the exam also, maybe let's say you got 80% in the examination. Okay, so it's clear to see there. This is assignment. You got 60% out of 100. I think your assignment consists of 100%. And also in the exam, it is out of 100. Maybe you will get 80%. So now let us put it. According to this procedure, that the CA should be 40% and the exam should be 6%, which means this 6% so we have to put it, to put it down to 40%, and also this 8% must come to 6%. So it will be like this, because this is like you got you have a 60 out of 40%, which means that you got here 60 times 0.4 because of the CA, okay? The CA is 40% because 40% divided by 100 is 0.4. And then plus exam. So exam you got 80%, isn't it? So we have to convert it to 60%, okay? So which means 80 times 0.6, okay? So that is how now. So 60 times 0.4, you know, like this is to give you to 24, and 80 times 0.6 to give you 48, okay? So what is now 24 plus 48? It will give you to 72. So this is your final mark, okay? This is your final mark now. So which means the CA is 60%. We have to convert this into 40. Okay? So which means 60 times 0.4. And examination, you got it, maybe you got 80%. So we have to convert it to 60. So which means 80 times 0.6, which means 24 plus, this is 60 times 0.4 is 24 plus 80 times 0.6 is 48. So if we add them, this is the CA, which is 24, plus which is 48, which is exam. So you got 72. This is your final mark in the examination. So if you got the CA is maybe 50%, when we multiply it by 0.4, it will take you to 20. And if in the exam you got 50%, then when we multiply 50 times 0.6, it will give you 30. So 20 plus 30 is 50%. So we will get a minimum mark of 50%. So that is how it works. So therefore, everything's explained in your study guide about what is the CA consists of and what exam consists of. So that's just for you to know how it will work, how it works. So let's now start with our main presentation. So this presentation are for the following course: BES, DPP, and DJP. So this is for the bachelor's degree in senior primary and diploma in pre-primary and diploma in junior primary. So these are just, they are combined courses. So which means in the examination, you will write a similar paper. Okay, you will write a similar question paper, all these three courses. And you are all in year 2 and in the second semester. So that's why the code is TLR22, which means second year, second semester. So I know that if you check all your study guides, even if you can take the study guide for BES and DJP and DPP, they have similar outcomes. So I made sure that the outcomes which are similar, so I compiled them as to be a one question paper. So if there's a difference, I don't think there's a much difference. Most of the outcomes are the same for this for this subject, for all these three courses. So basically we are going to discuss on 3 items, like exam preparation tips, and also course learning outcome, where you should concentrate for the examination, and also some of the samples, but not really this question will come in the examination, just how it might be. So just an example. So in for the exam preparation tips, so these are just to highlight that what you should do in the examination is always just read your study guide, okay, before you write examination. Now, like now, you know that examination is in August. Just some few weeks to come. So please start studying now and using your prescribed textbook or given study materials. So read those materials as soon as possible. Example, this teaching learning resources 1 study guide. Read it properly for you to understand. And also, whenever you don't understand, please contact your tutor. And my email is, I will provide you my email and also my contact number wherever you need help. But I don't want like tomorrow is exam, then you start calling me. It's not like that. So I usually receive a lot of calls. Like tomorrow's examination, and every minute students are calling. And I have to do my work also. So if examination is in August and whatever you don't understand, ask me now. Not like tomorrow is exam, then you are calling. It's not like that. Please manage your time. That's why I'm doing this presentation for the examination preparation tips. Please manage your time on how you should handle your study. So the next point here is what? Leave plenty of time to revise. So if you start studying now, which means when it will be just 1 week left, then you are able to revise. Not like tomorrow is examination, then you start starting now, reading now, and wherever you don't understand, you want to ask. No, it's not like that. Please, students, start reading now. Okay, even before, I think that you wrote your assignment already. And before you wrote your assignment, you made sure that you read the textbook. Okay? And so what does it mean now if tomorrow is exam and then you start studying today? So it will mean that too little time, okay, and too much materials. So it will cause you to have what? Depression and all that stress, okay? And also, one of the main important is that before examination is that you must know the examination venue, where the examination, it will take time. And what is the duration for that subject? Either it's 2 hours or 1 hour or 3 hour paper, you should know. As I explained that this examination consists of 100 marks and it is what? It has 2 hours only. So you should note that in 2 hours you are done writing the examination. And also in the exam, please follow the instruction. If it said choose one question, just choose one question for that particular session. Don't answer all the questions, because some sections they might choose that maybe choose one question or 2 questions from the following. So you make sure that follow the instruction, read the instruction very careful. Don't just answer. Read the instruction before you attempt to answer the questions. That is very much important in the examination. Okay, so I hope that it's clear for the examination preparation tips, and I know that, and also you make sure that you manage your time. I've seen that for the previous exam, I've learned that some of the students didn't finish to write their examination. Okay, so because of lack of, because some of them, they didn't follow instruction. If they said choose one question, choose just one. Okay? So please make sure that you follow those procedures. So let us now discuss about the material where you should concentrate for this August examination. So your study guide, if you just move through, it consists of 5 units. It consists of 5 units. And I made sure that each unit, I make sure that I ask certain questions. And each unit consists of 20 marks. Okay? Unit 1, 20 marks. Unit 2, 20 marks. 3, 20 marks. 4, 20 marks. 5, 20 marks, which means 100 marks in total. So make sure that you master each unit. All the learning outcomes, all the exercises and activities, do them. So I'm not going to give you a scope that concentrate to this section. No, you must, for me, just read everything. For you to be competent, as a competent teacher at the end of your course, you must learn to read and understand and apply that knowledge. Okay? So, in Unit 1, I know that just to to summarize what is in Unit 1. In Unit 1, the topic is concept and issue of teaching learning resources. In this unit, you learn about what is educational technology. So remember that this subject, teaching learning resource, what is all about? Why are you doing this subject? So this subject, it teaches you on how to use the resources in your teaching in order to achieve success at the end of your lesson. And also it will teach you on where to get the materials to help you learning, and also the type of materials or equipments or technology that you need to use in education. That's why you are learning this subject is very much important. So without this subject, then you will not be well equipped where to get the materials, what type of materials you should use in your teaching. And also, for example, the teaching strategies, the style for the learners to understand. So in Unit 1, basically, in this unit, I know that when you read this unit, you are able to define the term educational technology, educational resources, teaching resources, learning resources. And also, you will be able to learn the advantage of using computer as a teaching and learning process, and also the disadvantage of using using technology in teaching and learning. At the end of this, so just know those ones, okay? And also you must know what is the equipment we use in education, and what are the personals in education, and what are the materials. Everything you will read in this chapter. So I know what does mean. And also, you must define them, okay? And also in Unit 2, the role of resources, media in communication and learning theories. Okay, so in this Unit 2, you will learn, for example, what is communication consist of. You know that in a classroom, as you enter, as you speak, there should be what? Very much important that there are three, okay? There are three main important parts in communication. There should be what? A sender, then should be what? A message, and a receiver, okay? You should know those three parts, the very much important parts in communication. And you should know who you are. Let's say now you are a teacher in the classroom. So are you a sender or are you a receiver? Okay, you must know that. Always that, okay, you send the information, send it to students or learners in your classroom. Yes, they receive the information. And how that information reach them, okay, through communication channel. Okay, so you must know those very much, the very important things that you should take into consideration in this unit. And I'm urging you to study all the learning outcomes in Unit 2 and all other units. And Unit 3, you will discuss about appropriate toys and equipment for particular age, group, and area, the theory and use of educational resources. So in Unit 3, you will learn, for example, what is the importance of, let's say, play, okay? Why is play important? Okay, is also very much important. And also you'll know the different type of play and all that at a different age and all those kind of things. So is very much important that you must know those. Why is play important and the different type of play. And that is, it will make you understand. And also in this you will learn more about those different type of play. Okay, you must know them, explain to them, and why is so important for them in teaching and learning, and also for the development of a learner. Okay, those are learning theory, and that is what you must know. So the learning theory, and also you will start about those learning theory, like for example, the VAK. Okay, you must know that. Okay, some learners understand things when they see, and some learners understand better, okay, when they hear, and some learners understand better when they touch. Okay, touch with their hands and so on. So those are part of way of learning theory. And also you must know this, for example, those learning theory, like for example, humanistic and all those kind of. So you must know all those type of. And 4, you learn the use and advantage of traditional pre-primary classroom media. So in this one, you will learn more about the use of those media. For example, the sandbox. Okay, how can you use the sandbox in teaching? Okay, and what is a sandbox, and the feature, and how does the sandbox looks like, or it consists of, and also the use of sandbox. For example, how can you use sandbox in teaching mathematics? Okay, explain how can you use sandbox in teaching science. Okay, and how can you use sandbox in teaching letters or names or writing? How? So those are also very much important. Also the use of posters, pictures, okay, play cards. Okay, how can you use them, and why is the advantage of using posters, and how you should use them? It's also very much important. You should read all those informations, and they are one of the main informations in this Unit 4. And Unit 5, here is about the relationship among resources and lesson phase, teaching strategies, and teaching and learning methods. So in this Unit 5 now, you will read more about teaching strategies, okay? The type of like direct teaching, indirect teaching, interactive teaching, and also experimental methods of teaching. So all that, and how you should apply, and in which criteria you should use those equipments. So, and also in this unity, you learn more about how, before you go to class, so what you should do, okay? How you should prepare the materials, how you should prepare the learners, how you should prepare the environment where your lesson is going to take place, okay? And all those things, also you will learn them in Unity 5. Please, students, I just want to tell you that if you want to make your education more effective and successful, please read your book, this Teaching and Learning Resources 1 for this course. Just read this, only 5 units, and I just highlight where you should concentrate in some of the main, but not that, but you have to read more, okay? So I'm sure that you understand, and whenever you don't feel like, or maybe you misunderstand, please, the email is here, okay? At the end of the slide, I'll give you my email, so it's there. You can write me or inbox me, so I'm able to answer you. So let's now also go to the example of exam questions. Samples. Let's just an example. For example, they ask you discuss the generic advantages and disadvantages of using educational resources in the classroom. So why is educational resources or educational technology is so important? Okay, the advantage. So 10 marks. So which means you make sure that what they ask advantage and disadvantage. At least give 5 points for the advantage and 5 points for the disadvantage. So those are just an example I put there. For example, it can provide higher quality learning, and also it also make learners focus on the lesson, okay, for them to understand. So it's so interesting when you do presentation and learners are able to see, maybe to watch video and so on, so they become interested and then focus on the lesson. So, and also it will even encourage learners to work independent using this. So they can sit on the computer and work and listen, maybe watch the video or the audio and so on. And also, and many more information is provided in your study guides. And also this part of the disadvantage, somehow it might cause confusion if you really give them a lot of information. So that's why you learn on how you should provide information to learners. And also sometimes maybe it might take too much time. And this is, for example, maybe one of the equipment is not working, so you have to configure out what is it. Maybe the CPU is not working properly, so you have maybe to call the lab manager or the technician to fix it before you start your lesson. And also some of the things, maybe lack of facilities where we should keep all, maybe we don't have computer labs in your school, so this lack of facility to accommodate these technologies, those are type of the disadvantages. Okay? And also one of the question, just an example, like explain how teaching strategies such as direct teaching strategy, indirect teaching influence the use of resources. Okay, so this is maybe somehow they might change it like, okay, name and explain teaching strategies. Okay, so there you have to know, but here they are given to you already. Then you just explain to them how they work, okay? Or how you should apply direct teaching strategy and what is indirect teaching strategy. In some questions, it require you to name them, then describe. So this is just an example of what is direct teaching strategy. This is direct instruction in the teacher-centered. Okay, this is teacher-centered. And other information, and what is the equipment uses needed, like in this direct instruction, a teacher use PowerPoint presentation, video clips, okay, experiment, and so on. And this is indirect teaching. This is learner-centered method of teaching, okay? So in this, maybe learners, they will play computer programs, okay? They might, if you give them maybe this computer programming, you give them some question, then they are able to do on their own. Okay, so which means they are learner-centered. They are able to do it on themselves. And also maybe this also indirect teaching. At the end of the lesson or maybe the conclusion, you can give them maybe a question for them to answer. So learners are able to work on themselves, maybe to solve some mathematical problems or question given to them, indirect teaching. So, and also know other types of direct and other types of teaching strategies, okay? Not only this indirect or direct, this is just a sample for the question. There are others, okay? Like experimental and so on. So that is the end of our presentation. And thank you for your attention. All the best. So there is my email, kahare.lucas@yahoo.com. That is my email. But if you want to call me, but please, if you want to call now. Okay, not until tomorrow's exam. So my telephone number is here. It's 081 26 37 38 1. That is my number, okay? And also let me tell you that I also created a WhatsApp group. Okay, there are some students there, WhatsApp group, but I'm trying maybe to, most of the students, some of those who wrote Teaching Learning Resources 1 last semester, some of them, they are there. So, and also I posted a file, okay? I just highlighted them each unit where you should concentrate. It's there. I put it on WhatsApp. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best for your August examination.